All right. What is going on, guys? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, guys, back with another one. You have seen the title and you have seen the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and talk about the BFL, guys, and go over some results. So as always, as you guys come into the live stream, please introduce yourselves in the chat. Just give me a little shout out. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Everything sounds good, looks good, and we'll go ahead and get into it. But as you guys come in, let's go ahead and take care of a few things. Please make sure you hit the like button on the way in. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Just take a look at the catalog and all the information that I have. I have a lot of good videos, tournament videos, tip videos. Of course, you guys know we're definitely into electronics on this channel. So if you guys have questions, concerns, or even information that you would like to share with the guys, make sure you always get active down in the comment section. All right, so we have a few guys stepping into the chat. Good to see you guys as you're coming in here. So I'll start out with the shout outs in just a minute. But as always, just give you guys a little bit of time to go ahead and join the live stream and see who we have joining us for tonight. And also, if any of you guys fished the BFL at Lake Lanier or any other BFLs, please make sure you put that down in the comment section. Gonna be a good one, guys. Let's just try to have some fun tonight, share some information, just see how everybody is doing, and also checking in, seeing what you guys got into over the weekend, all of that good stuff. You know how we do every week, guys. All right, so we have a few guys hopping in. Let's see. So if you guys can hear me okay, see me okay, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Make sure everything is good. All right, so let's see. Let's see who we have checking in so far. All right, we have C219 Troll. What's up, money? Good to go. All right, good to go, good to go. Appreciate you joining the live stream again. Always supporting the channel. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. We have, let's see, that is Dylan Johnson. All right, I think this is a new subscriber. New guy joining into the live stream. So Dylan Johnson says, I just got a boat and all the electronic vids are very helpful. Oh, okay, so hey, so you aren't a first-time viewer, and it looks like you are a subscriber to the channel. So definitely, anytime you have any questions or anything like that, I have a big catalog of videos that can definitely help you guys out. Anytime you have questions or anything like that, always put those down in the comment section, and always read the descriptions, guys. Even for this video. So there's a sale going on currently at Tackle Warehouse. So some of the products and lures that I was using in this tournament, I will put links in the description, guys, so that you guys, if there's any discounts or anything available on top of the sale that is going on, make sure you click the link in the description and it will take you directly to those items. So I'll update that as we kind of go along with the live stream, guys, but just wanted to put that out there so you guys would know. And as always, what we would do is first just kind of go over the topic for tonight, which is the BFL. I have some on the water footage for you guys, and then we will just kind of open it up for general questions, you know, just to talk a little bit. And if any of you guys are interested in coming up, I will pull you up, and then we can kind of, you know, just kind of chit chat a little bit like we do each week. All right, let me go ahead and see who else we have. We have, let me see, Ira checking in. We have Ira. Ira says, what's up? What's up, man? Ira checking in from Marietta, Georgia. All right, so you're not too far from here. All right, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, Dylan says all good, so you guys can hear me okay, see me okay. All right, and we have Bass Fever checking in. All right, I know he was out there fishing the BFL, so, I mean, maybe he'll come up and give a little bit about his experience out there too. But appreciate you joining in on the live stream. And let's see, we have Iris saying that, let's see, everything is great. All right, looks good, sounds good. All right, guys, so we have a few guys checking in, and maybe we'll wait about one more minute, and then we'll go ahead and get started with everything. But like I said, if any of you guys have fished the BFL or you fished any tournaments or anything recently, go ahead and put that down in the comment section. Let's go ahead and get active in the comments, you know, just get this thing rolling and just have a little bit of fun tonight. So that's what it's all about, guys. Just trying to share information, learn a few things, and have some fun while we're doing that. All right, so let's see. Do we have anybody else checking in? All right, there we go. There we go. All right, guys, so everything's looking good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the BFL. So if you guys have been following the channel, you saw that I put out a video where I went through the registration process. It was a 2-day tournament, Lake Lanier, and this was the super tournament. So pretty much it is towards the end of the season where they do the 2-day tournament. I haven't fished any of the previous ones, but I figured since this one was out here, let me go ahead and get a little footage for you guys. Go ahead out on the lake and see how I can do. So you guys saw my practice videos, well, some of the practice videos, and you saw the registration like I was saying. So what we're going to do first is I will pull up my the footage where I was out there with my just doing my practice so you guys can see how that went. Then we'll do a little talking about the BFL and we'll see. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So let me pull this up real quick. All right, here we go. Just share the screen and we'll just start off with some on the water footage. All right, and just let me know, can you guys hear everything, see everything okay? And here we go. What's up, guys? This is Ryan Johnson with moneybass.com. Finishing up a day out here on the lake, guys. I think it's gonna be a tough one, but the thing that I was able to find, if you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I'm always able to find the fish. The issue is, will I be able to get those fish to bite? So just out here finishing up the day. Had fun as always. Have a few clips and everything I want to show you guys. So let me just show you real quick what I have in the live well. And then let's take a look at the video. See how things look. All right, there we go, guys. Got a few decent ones. Go ahead and show you guys what I am looking at out here on my Mega Live system. All right, so here we go, guys. I have my Helix 10 G3N on the bottom. I have my Helix 12 G4N up top. The 12, I would say right now, is a little more dialed in. Let me see if I can just get right back over here where I was at just a second ago so I can show you guys where I'm seeing these fish. And right here, guys, what I'm showing you in these first few clips at the beginning is what I am targeting for this tournament. So right here, it is a brush pile. So what I was doing was trying to stay off of those brush piles. I would either start off with some type of top water to see if I could get those fish to come up top, or I would throw some type of swim bait, something that I could get down there into the depths where those fish were being located. And last but not least, I would get on top of those fish and drop a drop shot down there. So the bite was kind of tough, guys. So you kind of had to change things up a little bit. Sometimes I slowed it down and went with something like a Texas rig or even a shaky head out there, as you can see, in about 25, 30 feet of water in some cases. But that's pretty much what I was targeting. So this is what these first few clips is going to show you. Of course, that was the Mega Live system. And if you look at this clip right here, this shows you a really good screenshot using the down imaging. So this is right off of a ledge. So as you can see, that steep drop off, and what I'm pointing at on the screen is a set of 3 brush piles, and you can see fish on all sides and especially in between those brush piles. So those are the type of things that I was targeting. And on this screenshot right here, it is pretty much the same thing. There's a big brush pile, and you can actually see those fish moving in and out of that brush pile. So if I could not get those fish to come up, I would get right on top of them and do the same thing. This area right here is a ditch. And if you look on the right-hand side, you can see that brush pile sitting right in the bottom of that ditch. And then there was the fish on each side. All right, let me go ahead and just unmute this real quick just to see. But right here, guys, I was throwing out over that, and the fish started just coming up on top, schooling over to the left. So I had to hurry up, reel that in, and make that cast over there. So this is one of my practice days. This right here may have been, I believe, 2 days before the actual tournament. So I was still kind of formulating my game plan, but I had a really good idea of what I was planning on doing. So I'm kind of testing out some things that I have figured out. And all I'm doing is, if you look, I'm looking down because I'm checking that live system and just kind of tracking those fish. Now, can you see those fish coming and hitting on top right there? Those were some nice sized fish. I could see those. My guesstimate would be that those were around the 3-point range fish right there. I mean, 3 pound.
Let me get back out. Oh, man, that top water bite on that Mega Live is amazing, man. Don't really need to catch them today, but it's still fun seeing them blow up on it. Let me change it up a little bit. I think this will catch one of them.
All right, so from those screenshots that I was showing you just a few minutes ago, what that did was allow me to actually see those fish if they were, depending on how they were staged, whether those fish were active enough to come up on top. And as you see, this one right here, as soon as I saw that fish, I cast out to it, it came straight up and hit it. So, kind of formulating that game plan, guys. So that top water, I don't know, that top water bait is looking kind of good right now. But basically, like I was saying, with the live imaging, that would let me see those fish that were suspended, whether they were suspended in 15 feet, 20 feet, and also if they were down in the brush piles themselves off of the points is what I was targeting, secondary points, primary points. And right here, I'm just out right on top of a brush pile that I had found, and just put that shaky head out there. So let's just see how this one plays out. All right, so this one actually pulled me down into the brush pile. So I sped that up a little bit, but right now that time lapse was about 4 minutes, guys. So I'm still stuck in this brush pile. I wasn't giving up. So whenever I'm out there practicing, I practice as if this is a tournament in some cases. So I want to see if that line is going to hold up, if my tackle and everything is you know, set for a situation. Because if this happens in the tournament, I want to make sure that I'm ready for it. So as you see, I was able to eventually get that fish out of that brush pile. It took a while, and with that setup right there, I'm using a black ice Ducket 7.2 medium rod, and I have 20-pound high-vis yellow braid on there, and that's tied in with the 12-pound Seagar Invis-X line.
Yes. This right here, guys, this is definitely a new PB. Look at that.
All right, now that was a nice one right there, guys.
Right,
2 days before the tournament.
So, moneybass.com.
And so that was 2 days before the tournament, guys.
BFL. And this is what I'm looking for, guys. This is what I'm looking for. Give me 3, 4 of these. How about 5? As you can see, I'm feeling good out here. I'm feeling good. Feeling good, guys. Let me get a weight on this one. I know this is going to be my PB. Let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, so that one ended up being 5 pound, 511. That was the weight on that one, a 511. All right, so this is a different day right here. So before this tournament was coming up, we had some rainy days, we had some days, so the weather was kind of back and forth. So I wanted to get out there in different type of situations to see what the fish were doing. Right here, this was pretty much the same deal. There we go.
That is a good, about 3 pounders or so, 3 pounds or so.
All right, and this one I was actually able to get one on the drop shot. So the drop shot bite was not very consistent, but I did want to be ready for that just in case I was able to get 1 or 2 fish to hit that.
We're gonna have to get the net for this one.
Oh, actually, this one was a spybait. Spybait fish.
Spybaits are known for just being barely hooked.
Man, those spybaits. I know you guys know about those spybaits. Woo! Whenever you're fighting those fish on that, generally, for me, most of the time, it'll just be 1 hook sitting there on the side of that fish's mouth. So I got to do what I have to try to hurry up and get it to the boat before it comes off. So as you guys can see, these fish are hitting pretty good. I mean, I'm finding some nice sized fish. I would say they're anywhere from the 2.5 to 3 pound range. So that is definitely what I'm looking for this tournament. That right there was another fish on top water. So I'm looking out there, I'm casting to these fish, and I can see those fish whenever they are coming up to hit that bait. So that right now is pretty much in my mind. I'm thinking, okay, so this is gonna be my game plan. This is what I found that will work for me. Another fish on a shaky head. This one right here, I believe, is another shaky head fish. No, that one's actually a drop shot. And a lot of the times whenever I was out here on the lake, it would be in the evening times. I just wanted to go at different times of the day, and I would maybe be out there for just a few hours each time, just checking different times of the day whenever I found some time to get to the lake to get prepared for the tournament. So just kind of piecing together my game plan. There we go, another drop shot fish. So for me, anytime I could catch a fish on the drop shot, I just look at that as a bonus because that bite was kind of hard to come by. But like I said, I wanted to have everything ready and be prepared in case that bite did turn on for this tournament. Had to fight him a little bit, you know, make it look good for the camera. All right, there we go. Got another one. All right, back out to the deep water, guys. So I'm kind of moving around a lot on these because I'm checking different water depth, different type of structure and cover. Just want to make sure, you know, that I have my bases covered because you never know. Everybody has a plan till they get hit in the mouth. So, you know, I want to make sure that I am ready for whatever type of situation may come up. All right. Yeah, definitely some good times out here doing practice. I was pretty much finding what I needed, and I was able to go ahead and kind of dial in exactly what I wanted to do for the tournament. So that one right there, I don't know if you guys heard that, but my drag was not set at all. And that is another thing that I'm doing. A lot of times whenever I'm fighting these fish back to the boat, I'm not just looking to hurry up and get the fish back. I want to make sure my line is straight, my gear and everything is set right the way that I need it to be. So I'm kind of checking a little bit of everything out whenever I'm out there practicing for these tournaments. All right, there we go. So that was the end of one of the days when I was out there. As you can see, the weather was pretty good that day, but tournament day did not turn out to be that type of weather. All right, guys, so that is my on the water footage, and just wanted to shoot that over to you guys. But the other thing, what happened that day, it was tough, guys, and I actually ended up dropping the footage for the actual tournament was on my phone, and that phone ended up getting wet, so I don't have any of the actual tournament footage from that day. But let me see. Let me go ahead and pull up something else real quick, just see who else is joined into the chat. Just bear with me, guys. Let's see. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into the BFL. So this was a 2-day tournament. There were 140 boats registered for this tournament. So it had a pretty good field out there, guys, which means that in order to qualify for the second day, you had to be in the top 20%. So with that means that you had to be in 28th place or better in order to qualify for the second place. So for me, you know, I'm sitting here looking at this like, man, I'm catching fish pretty much every time I'm going out to the lake. I'm catching some fish on the few places that I'm checking out each time. So I'm pretty much set on what my game plan is. So for me, I'm going to run that exact same pattern that I was running. I'm going to go out, find those fish. I'm able to track those fish using my Mega Live system, and pretty much have my waypoints and everything set up. So I'm going to pull up on those spots. And the other thing that I kind of had in mind was, since I'm going to be fishing offshore like that, me and my co-angler can kind of team up on it, because in order to get those fish to come up, sometimes it's better if two people are throwing top water baits out there to make a little more commotion, or one person may throw a top water and another one may throw a swim bait or something like that. So it's kind of like working together to make sure that we both have a good outcome for the day. So the BFL tournament morning. All right, so as you guys know, if you guys fish tournaments, a lot of times, you may plan to go to bed at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or something like that. But something always tends to keep you up. So I kind of went to bed a little late, but got up on time, headed out to the lake. I wanted to get there early to make sure that I did not get in the tail end or in the middle of that 140 boat line, because I just want to get out there, be able to get my boat set up, get everything the way that I want it, so I can relax and, just be ready for the day to start. So I was able to do that, got there, got my boat check and everything done. And, I'm kind of ready, guys. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, as you guys have been seeing, not just from these clips, but if you've been watching my keeping up with my channel, you see that I've been having some pretty good days out there. So I get my co-angler, good guy. We start talking and everything. He's been fishing the BFLs for a while, but he has not been to Lake Lanier, I think he said, in about a year or so. So he's pretty much relying on the information that I have, which is, hey, kind of a good thing, because I have a game plan together. So I pretty much go over with him the things that I've been doing and what I think will be a productive thing for us to do for the day. So we take off, we blast off, and I'd say it was about a 20-minute run, something like that. So we get to our first location, and guys, I'm feeling good, because as I look out using my Mega Live system, guess what I see? I see fish to the left, to the right. So I'm pretty much telling the co-angler, hey, you can cast in any direction that you want, because the fish are kind of moving around, they're scattered. And I'll let you know whenever I see those fish coming up, about to start hitting on top. So just keep you a top water bait ready. So whenever those fish start coming up, we'll both start, casting over to them and seeing what we can do to get those fish to hit. So whenever I started throwing my top water baits at this first location, and I was seeing some decent sized fish at that location. So I would say the fish were maybe in 20 to 30 feet of water, but they were suspended and they were kind of roaming around. And as I would throw my top water bait, maybe the first or second cast would, get the attention of those fish, and they would start kind of setting up in a position to where I can see that they're about to kind of work together, because once one fish goes up, you can see the other one start coming up toward that bait also. So I'm like, hey, this is money, guys. We are in there. It is about to be the day that I have been waiting for. And hey, everything is about to go good. So feeling good, making those casts out there. And I tell my co-angler, like, hey, get ready. They're about to start coming up on top over here. So we both start casting out that way, and I see the fish coming up. And I'm thinking the best way to describe this, guys, is, let's say that this is where the top of the water is at, and the fish are about this far down. And as my bait is coming across, I can see those fish start to move to where they're getting ready to start heading toward that bait. So during practice, what I would see is, as that bait is coming across, I would see those fish, and they would just shoot straight up and just start hitting on top, and they would hit that bait. And everything was all good. It was lovely out there, lovely, having a great time. So for some reason, my first spot, whenever that bait is coming across the top and those fish are suspended, I see those fish, they shoot straight up, and they get to the bait, and they just stop, and they turn, and they go back in the other direction. And I'm thinking, what is going on? What is wrong with you guys? I mean, you've been cooperating all week. This is my first spot, and I'm thinking we need to have our limit by 8:30, because we blasted off at 7 o'clock. And I think we got to the location that I was at maybe around 7:20, something like that. So we're already out there. We're good to go. And I'm like, hey, this is about to be easy work. So I'm casting. Those fish came up, didn't hit. And I'm pretty much just tracking those fish, and see another little grouping of fish that are ready to go ahead and, looking for some action. So go ahead and do the same thing. I start throwing that top water Sammy. and like I said, guys, I will put links in the description to these baits that I'm using because they are some very effective baits. And right now there is a sale going on at Tackle Warehouse. So like I said, just make sure you check the description as always because I'll put links. And if there's any additional additional discounts or anything like that, then the links will be in there that will help you guys out with that also. All right, so casting out there again, and I see the fish, they come up and they do the exact same thing. The bait is coming across the top. I see those fish. I see them start staging and getting ready to attack, to pretty much come and start hitting at that bait. One starts moving, and then I see a group of them. They all start taking off. They don't break the surface or anything. They get right to the bait, and they turn, and they go back in the other direction. So at that point, I'm thinking like, man, okay, this is my first spot. You know, I was expecting to at least get a limit off of here because of the amount of fish that I'm seeing. And I think my co-angler may have missed a fish at that point because he was casting towards the shallower water. So he had got a bite, but he had missed one at that point. So at that point, I'm like, well, hey, let me move away from these fish and just go out a little bit further because, as you know, anytime that you're out there, those fish always seem to hit maybe like 20 or 30 feet past the distance that you can cast. So I decided to move out just a little bit farther. Same thing. I start seeing these fish, guys. And now I go ahead and switch to a swim bait. So one of the things that I like to throw, guys, is the Sebile swim bait. And I'll do a video on a comparison between the original Sebile swim bait and the new one. I think that is put out by Berkeley. There are some differences to those guys, so there's some benefits to having that original swim bait. But I throw that out there, and I see those. So this is gonna basically, I'm burning that across the top. It's a wake bait. It may be down maybe 3 to 6 inches below the surface, and sometimes I'll burn it to where it'll come up and make a little wake, slow it down a little bit, so that when those fish see that, they head straight towards it, and now they hit it. So it's on. I'm feeling good, guys. It's about to be, you know, I'm starting to hear some ching-ching. I'm like, hey, I'm feeling good. The fish is on. I'm reeling it in. I'm telling them to go ahead and get the net. The fish comes off. I'm like, what? What is happening right now? That did not happen at all during practice. Now, I've had them come up where they're hitting at the bait and they don't actually get it. But any fish that has touched the hook, that fish has been flipped to the boat. But not today. That didn't happen that day. So after that happened, I guess with that one fish getting hooked, maybe he went back down there and told his friends like, hey man, something's not right over here. So I think we should get out of here and not bite anymore. So of course that was spot number one. Spot number one, I was thinking I would get my limit from there, but went ahead and had to leave from that spot because the fish just seemed like they may have been spooked a little bit from that. All right, so head to the next spot, guys. And you know how you have those days where it's like, regardless of what's going on, you're out there enjoying that moment because you're fishing. So you're getting the chance to enjoy the outdoors, smelling that fresh air. You're hearing the sounds of those waves and everything. You know, the sound of that boat just flying across the water, the wind hitting your face and everything. I mean, it's all good. And I mean, it's early. So I'm like, hey, this is going to be a great day. So head on to the next spot. Now, this next spot, I was like, I know we'll be able to pick up maybe 1 or 2 apiece from this one, but they may be like 2 pounds or so. But we will still need to put in some work to make sure we get those higher caliber fish that we need. So head on over to the next spot. And this is kind of a shallower spot that I pull up to, but I can see those fish. As soon as I pull up, I can see those fish out there. They're suspended and they're roaming around. So go ahead and try the same thing. At first, I throw the top water out there, but this isn't really a spot where I think they would hit top water. So what I did is went ahead and started throwing a shaky head, and I could see the fish head straight over to it. That they would fall down, the fish would head straight to it, nose down to it, turn around and swim off. I'm like, what? What is going on? This is not the way this is supposed to happen. This is not how it has been happening. So went ahead and tried changing it up a little bit. Went ahead and broke out my swim bait and my spy bait. Maybe they wanted something a little slower. No go. That did not work. So maybe I burned a little bit too much time at that spot because I was like, I know I'm supposed to catch something from here, but did not happen. So from there, took off, went to spot number 3. And actually spot 3 and 4 that I had planned to go to were close enough to where I can see those locations. So as I ease up to the location, I see a boat out there, and I'm thinking he's not at the spot where I was headed to. So let me just go ahead and come off plane and ease over there. He sees me coming. He does a beeline, turns his trolling motor, and he heads straight to where I was trying to get to. So I'm like, man, what is going on? What is going on? But hey, he was already there, and I'm not, I don't really want to pull in on somebody like that. So I went ahead and just kind of eased away. I didn't just blast off, and kind of get too close to that area. So I took off, had to pass up that spot, pass up the next spot. So then the next spot, I was like, hey, we're gonna be good. This spot is golden because some of those fish that you saw me flipping to the boat, this spot that I'm headed to now, hey, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So take off, head over to that spot, get there, and as I said in my practice video, I could see the fish. All I had to do was catch those fish. So started off with that top water because I knew those higher caliber fish, those would come up and hit those top water bait faster than those smaller ones would. That had been my experience from the days that I had been out there practicing. So went out there, started off on top water. Eventually, I could see those fish grouping up, getting ready to go ahead and start hitting on top. Here comes my top water, walking that dog, that Sammy, the Sammy, just walking it across the water, and I can see it on my live imaging. And guys, that is something that I've shown you in some of my other videos. So I have my Mega Live transducer set up in a way to where I can still see underneath the boat and back a little bit to where it's effective with my drop shot, but it is also effective as far as me casting straight out and being able to see my top water bait coming across the top of the water, and I can see those suspended fish. So I can pretty much see everything that I need to see. So I see those fish suspended. As my top water bait is coming, there they go. I mean, they're flying up to the top, like fast, and they come shooting straight up to the top, stop, turn around, and go back down. And I'm like, man, it's still early, and I mean they're acting a little funny. And a lot of times, I may start catching my fish a little toward midday or toward the afternoon anyway. So I'm still not really too concerned with that. But it would be nice to take some of that pressure off kind of early in the day. And right now I'm guessing it's somewhere around 10, 11 o'clock. So I'm like, hey, it's about time for the action to start because, hey, that's what's been happening for me previously. So it should start happening now. All right, so now I'm looking at the co-angler. He's looking at me. I'm looking at the co-angler, and he's looking at me. So I can see he's a little concerned. I'm not really too concerned because I've been out there, but I'm like, hey, it would have been nice to take that pressure off. We go ahead and pack up. We take off because I'm like, those guys that I saw sitting on those other locations, maybe they are gone now, so I will stop by there. I go back. They're still there. So I had to take a loop and head to another location. Now we're still kind of fishing offshore. And like I said, the fish are they're kind of roaming around everywhere. It was kind of, I would say not cloud. It was kind of overcast. So the fish weren't really grouping up too good on those brush piles, but they were still kind of roaming around. Some of them were, but that was my plan for the day, guys. So I'm like, at any minute when those fish start hitting, I can catch those 5s like that, and I will be good. So I'm still not really too concerned. So head to the next spot, and I'm like, hey, this is about to be money right here. This is money. Let's go ahead and make this happen. Let's make it happen. We need some participation from these fish on this next spot. So pull up to the next spot. Same routine, but no, I actually change it up a little bit. I'm like, let me start off with a swim bait or something like that first. So I'm casting that out there, I'm counting it down. And remember, with these live systems, it adds a little more of an element of fun, in my opinion, as far as being able to go out there and actually track your bait and see what the fish are doing, things like that. So I'm throwing it out there and I'm watching these fish. They'll come swimming straight over to that bait. I'll let it sink down 20, 30 feet to where those fish are at, and they'll swim straight up to it. And it's like they're just sitting there kind of just looking at it, just watching it. like, hey, let me just watch this bait and see what it's doing. I'm not gonna. Well, actually, let me just tap on it a little bit. Let me tap on it, make him think something's happening. So it's like, are they playing with me, guys? What is going on? So things aren't looking good at that spot either. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing. So at this point, I'm looking at the co-angler. He's looking at me. I'm looking at the co-angler, and he is looking at me. I'm like, let's pack up and run to the next spot. So we run to the next spot. So at this point, I mean, we've hit several locations, and the fish are pretty much acting the same at each location. At this point, they're not coming up and hitting on top. They'll come up, but then they will turn around and go back down. But once again, the thing is, depending on the time of day, whenever just a certain time of the day, those fish will turn on, and then you can get your limit, and the day will be great. So I'm still, just looking at that, not too concerned about it. Head to about 3, 4, 5 more spots, same thing. But I've been in that situation before. But now I'm starting to get a little concerned, guys, because, paying that entry fee on the BFL, looking forward to day number 2. And I start thinking, I'm thinking other guys have probably been catching their fish by now, and I don't have mine yet. So I'm looking at my co-angler. My co-angler is looking at me. I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at my units and looking at the co-angler. And the co-angler is looking at me. So I'm like, let's go ahead and pack up and leave. And so he's like, well, my brother's fished Lake Lanier before. He was here not too long ago, and he was catching some fish by some docks. So at this point, I'm like, man, might as well try some docks. Yeah, let's go ahead and try some docks. Let me go ahead and make sure he gets him some fish to the boat, because he's actually fishing for points. I'm there, I'm there for the experience, get some footage. I mean, it'd be nice to get a check, you know what I mean? Come back and hold up a little trophy and show it to you guys too. So let me see. Hold on. We have somebody stepping into this chat. Let's see who this is. Uh-oh. We have Chicken Hawk, guys. For y'all that do not know, Chicken Hawk is, I would say, kind of like my nemesis on the water. So I know he is loving this story, because he did not even know that I was fishing the BFL. So I don't even know if I'll bring him up, guys, because I know he is going to talk some super trash about this story that I'm telling. But hey, he doesn't know the outcome yet. So let's see what he has to say. Moral to the story: Thursday and Friday is not Saturday, and Saturday is not Friday or Thursday. All right, that is true. Friday is not Saturday, and Saturday is not Friday. So what's happening on Thursday, Friday may not happen on Saturday. But hey, we'll see. So what we do next, guys, we head shallow. And I mean, I'm pretty good at fishing shallow. It's just not as fun to me. I kind of like that offshore fishing. It's just something about it. But I mean, getting in there, I mean, I had some things ready to where I just changed some, put some rods in the rod locker real quick, pulled out a few other things. So we go out there, we start hitting shallow. We went to the first location. Didn't really look too good at that spot. So packed up, went right around the corner to the second location. So the first stop shallow, we may have stayed there maybe like 5-10 minutes. Didn't stay there long. I was like, hey, let's go ahead and pack up and roll to another spot where there's a good row of docks. So we pull up, and I think by the second dock, my co-angler was reeling one in. So I mean, I felt good, because I was like, at least he won't zero. You know what I mean? He needs those points. So I want to make sure that he was at least on the board. And so at that point, I'm thinking, should I stay shallow? Because I know that offshore bite, I just have to be out there whenever they turn on. If I'm out there when those offshore fish turn on, then I'm good. I'm golden, because those caliber of fish, as you saw in my practice videos, those are where I was getting those 3-pounders, even that 5-pounder, that 511 that I pulled, that was offshore. That was in about 25 feet of water. So I'm still kind of itching to get back out there. But now I'm just kind of thinking like, just trying to put my, just trying to formulate a plan. So this is a situation, guys. If you've ever heard of the thing where, who was it that said this? I know Chicken Hawk knows. I think it was Mike Tyson. He said, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Oh, that's what I was thinking, guys. That's what was on my mind, and that's what I was thinking. I had a plan, but now I'm taking a left hook to the mouth, and am I ready for it? And I don't think I was. So we went ahead and stayed shallow. And I'm looking at the time. Time is moving. Time is moving. Not looking too good. So I think at this point, it may be about 1 o'clock. Our check-in is 3. So I'm like, we have a good hour left because I need to go ahead and pack up and make a run back. And if any of you guys are familiar with Lake Lanier, in the afternoon on a day where the sun has now come out, you have jet skis, you have yachts, you have all type of boat traffic. So that ride back is going to be very rough. So I decided to go ahead at around 1:30 or so. We went ahead and packed up, started heading back. And guys, I am sitting on goose egg 0. I cannot remember the last time where I was on that lake and got nothing. Why aren't these fish acting right? I mean, am I mad at the fish? Am I mad at me? Nah, I'm not mad. I mean, I still enjoyed the event. I enjoyed the experience, the challenge of trying to make those fish come up and do what I needed them to do. So I was able to find the fish, but I wasn't able to get those fish to bite. Just one of those days. But why did it have to happen on that day right there? But that is pretty much it, guys. So my co-angler ended the day with 1 fish. I ended up with just a nice day on the lake. Let's call it that. A nice day on the lake. That's what I ended up with. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in here because I'm thinking that Chicken Hawk may want to come up here and say something. But if any of you guys have fished the BFL or any tournaments or anything recently, I mean, feel free to come up, guys. So like we do each week, once we talk about the topic, then I'll go ahead and send out the link. If any of you guys want to come up and just talk about, various topics. But right now, if anybody's fished the BFLs or anything like that, interested in talking about your experiences or anything like that, please hit that link, come up, and we can chit-chat a little bit. Make sure you have your camera on, and then I will pull any of you guys up. But let's go ahead and take a look and see who else has come into the chat. All right, we have Nate. Nate has stepped in. Nate has been a long-time subscriber, and Nate always has some good comments. So, guys, always make sure on the videos that you read the comments. I have started pinning the top comments. So I read all of my comments, guys, and I reply back to all of my comments. So my top comments, I always reply back to you guys, and I will start pinning the top comment to the top of the comment section. So Nate recently sent out a message in a situation I can't remember which video it was, but basically he said, where the crappie at? Because Nate is a crappie fisherman. But for some reason, I think he's getting kind of interested in these bass. So, he's been in the comment section, always supporting the channel, always leaving comments and showing up for the live streams. I really appreciate it. So in this last comment, Nate said, where the crappie at? And I told him, next to the brush pile getting eaten by bass. And I don't think he liked that. So Nate sent a message back. What did Nate say? Nate said something like, I said getting eaten by a 10-pounder. And then he said something to the effect of, well, he's going to catch that 10-pounder. He's going to eat it because he's a crappie fish. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, you win. I was like, you can't be out there eating a 10-pound bass, man. So I was like, you win. I'm going to back off on that one. All right, so who else do we have stepping into the chat? We have Harry. Let's see what Harry says. Streamed fish in the mountain, taking the boat out next weekend. All right, yeah, good times. I always want to get out there. We have Adams. Adam checking in, saying hello. All right, good to see you. C219 Troll says, yes, that tournament pressure hits different. Yes, it sure does. It sure does. I mean, I'm used to the pressure, but I mean, I feel good under pressure. But when the pressure's like that and things just ain't going right, yeah, it does hit a little different. All right, so let's see. Chicken Hawk still has another comment. What does he say? Moral to the story: Thursday, Friday. Okay, that was the one that I already read. He says, "I know the shallow hater didn't go shallow. Yes, I went shallow. I went shallow. Had to do it, man. Had to do it. Had to try to make something happen. But I mean, you can always look back and say you should have did this, should have did that. I mean, I feel good with what I chose to do for that day. I had a game plan. I stuck to it. But just didn't work out. Hey, it's the way it goes. It's fishing, guys. So just got to make the most out of it and enjoy it while you can, because you won't always be out there. All right, so let's see. Cajun, the Chicken Hawk says, I know you didn't come in with the zip zero. No, come on, man. But okay, I see him in the back, guys. So we're gonna pull Chicken Hawk up in just a second and see what nice things he has to say. Because he's such a great guy. He's such a nice guy. So I know he's not gonna be too tough on me. All right, so we have here. He says we all have been there and done that. Yes, we have. We have. All right, and we have Bass Gangster. Fish, let me see. Fish know you fish turn. Yeah, I think so. I mean, those fish, they know when that pressure is on, so they kind of change up a little bit. All right, and we have, let's see, C292. I know the feeling. I've had the winning fish die. Ooh, yeah, that is not a good feeling right there. That's not a good feeling. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up. Who is this we're going to pull up on the stream? All right, y'all.
Woo! Hey, can you hear me? Can't hear you. I got to hear you. Hold on.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you now.
All right, 1 second. 1 second. Let me adjust the sound on this. Just bear with me 1 second.
All right.
All right, here we go, guys. Accidentally hit one of the buttons on here that I wasn't supposed to, because I knew Chicken Hawk was coming up and had some nice things to say. So what's going on, man? Let me introduce. We have Chicken Hawk coming to the stream.
Hello.
All right. All right. Hold on. Let's see. I think you're muted, Chicken Hawk. Can you hit your okay, I can't hear you now. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Hold on 1 second. I'm just dropping a message down in the chat real quick. Can you guys hear me? All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Just bear with me.
Okay.
Let's remove. All right, can you hear me okay?
You should have been asking
okay, so they're saying they can hear me, but Chicken Hawk, we can't hear you.
Y'all can't hear me?
Can you try to unmute?
Yeah, I'm not muted. Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna put another message in the chat. Let me know. Can you guys hear? Okay, I can hear Chicken Hawk. Okay, so you guys can hear Chicken Hawk, but you can't hear me. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me just adjust this audio real quick. All right. Okay, so you guys can hear us both, but I cannot hear Chicken Hawk for some reason.
Oh, you don't want to hear me.
I'm pretty sure you're saying I don't want to hear you, huh? All right, hold on, guys. Let me just see what is going on. Let me drop you down, and then I'm gonna put the link back in here again. So I'm gonna drop you down, and then pull you back in and see if maybe that'll clear it up. All right, let's go ahead and drop you down. All right, Chicken Hawk, go ahead and try clicking on it one more time. All right, guys, just bear with me. Bear with me. All right, let me go ahead and pull up a few more of these messages real quick. And just to make sure you guys can hear me okay, right? If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right, let's see. All right, Chicken Hawk, let's see if we can hear you. Let's see if I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. All
You
right,
can
here
hear me
we
now?
go. Here we
can
go,
hear me now?
everybody. We have Chicken Hawk has stepped into the live stream. What do we have going on here?
Oh,
How you doing, buddy?
oh,
How you
my.
doing?
So let me make sure, because this is like so
Oh,
much
wait a minute.
joy.
Your mic went out. I can't. No, I'm just
Oh
joking.
no, you here. It's so much joy has been bestowed upon me
What?
in such a short period. So
Come on, man.
So what I to understand is you practice. So you did. We were talking practice. For the first part is we've been talking about practice, right? Not the game,
but
like
but
AI
I mean,
says.
but
Not the
but
game. We talking practice.
but
And
but
you and you one of them. See, because we about to go into football now. You one of them practice squad champs. That's what you are.
wait
You
a
a
minute.
practice squad hero.
No, you misunderstood.
What did I misunderstand?
You came in late. When did you come into the?
I came in to hear stories of practice. I came in to hear that we found out that Thursday and Friday were not like Saturday, like I tell you all the time. And then I came to hear, which is the part that really, I won't even say it surprises me.
Oh, come on, man.
You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say it surprises me, but yeah. It surprises me that I hear you say it. Now, can you please say that again? Like the zip zero part, zip zero stingy with De Niro. That part. That's
Wait a minute.
what I want to hear.
Hold on 1 second. We got somebody else wanted to drop a comment. Let's see. We have Adam dropping in. I was on Lanier the same day. It was tough. Most brush pals have been hammered the past couple days.
Yeah. That's them dudes out there practicing.
But you know, I actually saw a hammer on my side scan sitting on one of the brush pads. So he's right. He's right.
That's what it is. Wow. So interesting. So you have the boat, you have the equipment. You brought the boat to the lake. You put the gas in the boat, and you let another dude get on the boat and beat that.
Man, this is Southern hospitality.
Oh, that's what that is. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
man,
okay,
you
that's what we calling it
have a
now.
little bit of Southern hospitality.
So
Wait a
man,
second.
so basically, I don't need to really purchase live, right? Because I just need to be on a boat with a dude that got live. So you real good and read the live, and then you just tell me that, like I always tell you, you point me to him, and I'm gonna build them in the boat. That's my part of the job. I get them in the boat. You can go help us find them. So you like a hound dog. We
Look,
go
I
like
know
I
you
used to
loving
go
this.
hunting with.
I know you loving this.
Oh,
You've
I'm
been
loving
waiting.
every bit of. Hey, listen, just like I used to go hunting with my dad. We take them hound dogs out, and you know what we do? We sit right there at the truck, and he let them loose, and them dogs hit them woods, and then you hear them. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh man, hold on. Wait, Harry, what's going on, Harry? Look what Harry has to say. Harry said, "Get him, Chicken Hawk. You don't need to hear what he's cooking." Come on, Harry. What does that mean? Let's see. Goodness, Harry, yeah, you got Harry over there. Y'all ready to double? Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let's see what else Harry said. Harry said, "All everything looks good getting off the plane, but no game day." Oh man, come on.
Right. Clean. You know, he got the suits on and everything. He ready. He come to the party. But yeah, so that's how that went down. I see.
Yeah, man. You know, it was just one of them things. But look, let me bring something up. Let me show you something. Can you see that? Let's see. Nah, I don't think you'll be able to see that. Maybe you can. But basically, these were the weights for day 1 and day 2. This is the top 10 on the boater side. First place, day 1, he had 16 pounds. Day 2, he had 1407. So the winning weight for 2 days was 30 pounds, 7 ounces. 30 pounds, 7 ounces is what it took. And he took home $7,000. So to be in the top 10, you had to have 24 pounds.
So you were like 24 pounds short.
Oh, don't worry about going here and checking those stats. Let me just take that back off. You don't need to worry about seeing that.
I'm just so you were 24 pounds short, right?
Not quite. Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that.
So that was on Saturday. So that's why I did talk to you on that Sunday.
Man, you know what? This live stream was for you. Because I know you've been waiting.
I'm saying I talked to you on Sunday. Now I understand. I understand. And now I'm talking to you.
Yeah, okay? That's why I was talking kind of low and slow, because I was like, I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so this live stream was for you, because I know you've been waiting 10 years for this opportunity, and it is finally here. But that's all for tonight, guys. We got
No. We don't need to hear this. We don't need to hear this one.
But man, yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things. But I mean, I was able to get out there, and really, it's like that morning thing when I was thinking I was gonna have that limit by 8:30.
Yeah, that plan.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Because
this is the part I like, that I find very intriguing. Is right around that 1-ish time frame.
Yeah, had to take my hat off and wipe my forehead on that.
Yeah, that's when it started to kind of fit. Then you start. That's when I think you start, when you hitting logs or you bump into a little rock. You set the hook. You set the
hook. Oh man, and look, man, I did catch a stick.
Oh, there we go. That's all I need, man. Look. You can take me now. I'm good. I done seen it all. See everything I need.
Oh man, it was rough. It was rough. Man, look, I set the hook on that stick, man. Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, it's a good one. You know, I'm fighting it back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because at that point, my sense of feel and everything was just gone.
It goes away. It goes away. It's like catching COVID. You can't taste nothing. You can't feel nothing.
But see, the thing is, if you set the hook hard enough, it'll turn into a fish. If you set the hook hard enough, it'll turn into a fish.
Yeah, and then when you pull it, when you feel it in, you know, you stop and hit something else, it'll pull like a fish. So there you go. There you go. Did you ask him to get the net? That's what I want to know.
Nah, I was gonna flip it. I told him I was.
Oh, you gonna flip the stick? You gonna flip the stick?
I told him I was gonna flip it. I said,
"Oh, you told him?"
Yeah, I said, "Hey man," I was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna flip it." Oh man! Then when the thing came up, it was a stick with some line and a piece of net and stuff attached to it, and I was like, "Oh man!" But my co-angler caught a look. But my co-angler caught a stick too.
So somebody, like we always say, you can look at that fish and see that stick been beat up. So somebody else caught it too.
Yeah, man, it was ugly. It was ugly. Let's see what else Harry has to say. Should have been live bait, not mega live on the front of the deck. Ah, come on, Harry, what's going on? Do you know Harry? Is this your cousin or something? Let's see. Enjoy the work.
I think I like Harry. I like Harry because I'm like. See,
Harry, where are you from? I'm gonna have to get you and Chicken Hawk on the lake. Y'all,
you don't want that. You don't want that. Oh, my
look.
goodness.
So we have another one stepping up to the scene. Let me go ahead and pull him up. We have Bass Fever. What is going on?
How you doing, guys?
What's going on?
Yeah.
So hey, good.
Yeah, we can hear you good, see you good. Everything's good.
You know that there is some good that came out of this though.
And what's that?
You didn't have to clean your live wells when you got home.
Here we go.
You ain't gotta worry about any of that. You save a lot of time.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
Wow.
Yes. So what is going on, Bass Fever? How things going for you, man? So I know you were out there. You were out on the water. I mean, you went out there and represented. You did a little something.
I got something. I practice like you. I try the deep water, the deep buy. I got the same problem that happened to me several weeks with the same problem that you have. So I started fishing shallow water probably a week before the tournament, and I noticed they are catching fish. I catching fish shallow in the north of the lake, in the south of the lake, shallow boat dogs, a little bit muddy water in some places. It worked for me. I got probably 12, 11 pounds, bless you. And I got something going on. So my first tournament idea is start in Lora Park, fishing at the north of the lake, and then run Chattahoochee and go down to, Old Federal. This is the area, Florida branch they're fishing. And now I go to my first spot in the north side of the lake, and I'm fishing. Also, something happened this time, guys. This is the first time. In 2018, I fished Sinclair. I used to be a co-angler, and I fished with Sean Duval. And he teach me a lot that day. I learned a lot of things that day. He's a great fisherman, and this time is my co-angler. So it's like I called Sean and said, "Sean, you remember I fished? I used to be a co-angler. I fished in your boat before." And say, "Yeah, Ariel, how you doing?" And say, "Man, what's going on?" And so he told me, "No, just something happened, and I'm fishing the co-angler right now in this tournament." And knowing they have Sean in my boat, I'm thinking, well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna learn something today. He's really fishing for a long time, and the first time I fished with him, he teach me a lot, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this is great.
But look, hold on a second. Your co-angler actually ended up getting first place, right? He won first place on the co-angler side.
He won the tournament, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whoa, look at that.
Amazing.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
All right.
And so I started in the north side of the lake, and we started fishing shallow water. And I throw in a crankbait. No, I'm sorry. I throw in a square bill, and I throw in a jig, and I catch in a small keeper. And Sean Duval also fishing, a jig, and he started catching fish right away, guys. So
Gotcha.
he got definitely bigger fish than what I catch, and he started putting the light well. And you in the front of the boat, you're thinking what I'm doing wrong, so you try to have what you have going before, and then you try to learn what it's doing. It's catching
Yeah,
fish. So
I was kind of thinking that at some point, like, what am I doing wrong? I understand.
sure,
Yeah, I can relate. I
Or
can
who
so
have you done wrong? But anyway,
sure. So he's
continue.
catching fish. He's catching bigger quality, more quality fish. So I change a little bit the color of my jig, and I try to follow a little bit what he's doing. And
hmm
I got my. Sean Duval also caught several fish. He caught probably 2 or 3 fish, and I only have 4 keepers. I caught several small fishes I had to throw away, and I keep going north in the lake, and I got my last keeper. I got my 5 fish. I only got 8 pounds, 15 ounces, and almost in the end of the day. And Sean Duval got 13 pounds the first day, 13,
Right.
13
Yeah.
pounds something. So, uh, amazing day for me. I learned a lot of different things that I'm not doing before. And so I really have a great day. Definitely, I want to try to qualify for second day and not happen this time. But we tried. I have a beautiful day in the water, and I learn a lot of new things.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so Ariel,
Okay.
so you said you caught some short fish as well,
Yes,
and
sir.
you had to throw back.
Yes, sir. I got probably two, 3 fish, short fish. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. I do like my daughter say. So, money bags. How many short
Yes.
fish
Yes,
you
sir.
caught? How many short fish
Um,
you catch?
all of mine was short.
The I mean, well, a
Huh?
minimum of an inch. It got to be a minimum of an inch long.
Oh,
So,
I was.
how many did you catch over an inch?
Oh, I misunderstood the question.
Okay, I understand.
You got another next question?
Now,
All right. Look,
So,
so
this
do
look,
you
hold on a
have
second. We got Harry. Harry has something more. He says he's from West Virginia. Come up here if you want some difficult fishing.
Well, yeah, it's
Go ahead, Chicken Hawk. You can.
I'm just saying, man. It seems like some people can make the lake they live on top of difficult. I'm just trying to understand. Ooh.
Harry said you ought to have Chicken Hawk on more often. You do great job. Hold on, let me read it. Harry says you ought to have Chicken Hawk on more often. You do a great job with the work you put in on your content. All right, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I mean it's times like this, each little thing helps. I mean, I know Chicken Hawk. He just, I got my hands tied behind my back, and he just straight throwing jabs and
Oh yeah,
and
well we're
body
gonna throw some
shots.
body blows. I'm coming to the head too, so don't worry about it. I'm not stopping at the body. I'm gonna get some head punches in there too. So Ariel, you should take, since you up there near Money Bass, why don't you take him out there and show him how to fish on Lake Lanier? Obviously, he has a problem.
it's a tough. Right now, we have a tough time. Not tough, but at least myself, and I got the same problem he have Saturday, but I've been having the same problem for a month. So it is tough.
So you
Okay,
said you
okay.
had the same problem, but you had the problem during practice.
Well, I
You
changed.
didn't have the
Again, I
problem.
changed to shallow water. So what happened is, in
Right,
some point, you
right.
had to change what I'm.
Some at some point, it's like when somebody start beating down on you. At some point, you got to move your hand or do something and just do something different.
Well,
Hey
I got
man,
lucky. I
listen.
learned. I learned my lesson a week before the tournament. So I changed my stuff a week before the tournament.
Listen, I was the captain of the ship. I saw the hole in the ship, and I'm going down with this ship. I top water all day. How about that? Top water all day.
Oh,
I'm going
goodness.
out like that.
Okay, you went out.
Oh goodness. But yeah, so it was a great time. So I mean, I'll definitely do it again. But next time I'll probably wait and do the one, because I think toward the beginning of the year they have the 1-day tournament. So I hopped in all the way at the end during the 2-day.
Yeah, it's,
I mean,
it's
what-
probably
you
in
made
March
the,
or
you made the 2 day or
February.
1 day. So what's the difference?
Wait a minute, say that again.
Both.
You
Both,
made the
man.
2 day or 1 day. So what's the difference? I mean, you can do it at any time. Don't make it's gonna be a 1 day. It's obviously gonna be a 1 day tournament for you.
Man,
So-
you know what? That's it. That is it. Hold on. Let me. That is it. What lake you on? Where you at? Listen. What you doing tomorrow? What you doing? You need to meet me on the lake.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, look at Harry. Harry talking about the ref would have stopped this a long time ago. Chicken Hawk bringing out the big gun. Well, Harry, listen, you catching this on the tail end. Chicken Hawk been waiting for this moment for about 10. That's why I'm letting him have his moment. He been waiting on this for a long time.
That's it, baby.
Oh, man. But yeah, guys. But look, we've been on here for about an hour and 15 minutes. Pretty much. One last thing. Let me just go ahead and pull this back up real quick.
Oh, there's
and
more?
just read. Yeah, let me just read. So the winning. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me take this down real quick. Okay. All right. So Chicken Hawk, what do you think was the? So you saw what the guy caught. What do you think was the winning? So you heard what Ariel said. You heard what I said. My experience. What do you think the winning pattern was? We're gonna pull that up, and that's what I'm gonna tell you.
Winning pattern out there?
Right. What would you think the winning pattern was based on what we're hearing?
I mean, obviously they were biting shallow. So
All
I
right,
mean,
so you're saying the shallow water would have took it, and what would you guess would be the lure that took it on the shallow side?
out there on Lanier, something in me wants to say Ned Rig.
All right, so Ned Rig shallow. All right, Eric, do you already know what the winning pattern was?
No, sir, I know.
You haven't read it? Okay, so what would you think? Do you think he was shallow, deep, and what type of bait do you what type of lure you think he was using?
For what I see, what happened to me, and it is a lot of fish we catch, so I want to say a jig, shallow water.
Jig shallow. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this up, and I will read it to you. So let's see. So the winner was Ty Overmeyer of Dawsonville, Georgia. Caught 10 bass weighing 30 pounds, 7 ounces to win the 2-day. All right, the tournament was, let's see, let me just get down to where he talks about what he did. A lot of hard work went into this, and it really paid off. Knowing the lake really helped me a lot fishing these tough conditions. I had really slow mornings, and as the sun got higher, it positioned the fish in the brush piles. I ran as many as I possibly could. Oh, man. All right. And he said, Overmeyer said he focused on the south end of the lake during the days of competition, and his efforts produced 5 bass on Saturday and 8 on Sunday. Let me see. He said he used a tricky shad fluke and let it sink to the brush piles on Saturday. Overmeyer said wind on Sunday pushed herring up shallow on points, and the key bait was the evergreen shower blows 77.7 top water bait. Look at that. Look at that. So that was it. So he fished. So he fished brush piles. Brush piles, deeper water, but he just went to points on Sunday whenever the wind was blowing a little bit better. So, hey, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Maybe I just didn't hit enough of them. But
maybe you should have been in a boat with him. I don't know. But anyway,
All right, and Harry said that he was thinking that the winning pattern was going to be a jerk bait. So I didn't really hear anything about a jerk bait, but he did say the fluke, and he would let that drop down all the way to where the fish were at. And actually, I did not mention that, but I was actually throwing a double fluke and letting it drop all the way down. I got to the point where I was like, I'm going to just let it get hung up in the brush piles because the fish were there. But yeah, it just wasn't my day. Just wasn't my day. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head on out on that note. But I really appreciate both of you coming up. Had a great time.
Thank you.
And
Hey,
I was,
if you have another zero, bring me up.
Hey, man, I
I'm
don't know
in.
what that
I'm
means.
all in.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, you know what it is. You are very
Oh,
aware
goodness.
of it at this point.
All right, peoples. All right. So we'll do this again. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel, all the comments, all the subscribers. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. And
I'm gonna break it.
check
I'm gonna break it
the
this time.
description. I have links to all of the links to the items that were useful in the tournament and during practice. The Tackle Warehouse is currently having their sale, so you guys don't want to miss it. Make sure you check the description right now. Click on the link, and any discounts that are available, it will take you straight to those. All right, guys, I appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video.
Take it easy,
you.
practice squad.
Okay, guys.